GNT, right back at it one more time. Look, I'm going to decrease my point of view real quick because it's not about me right now. We got some business to take care of. Here's my normal crew. Here we go. We see everybody. Kev, introduce yourself, man.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning on in. We got a good episode for y'all. Let's go.
Oh yeah. Here we go. Go ahead, Tone.
What's up, y'all?
Come on, man. At least I'm trying to be positive.
Give me some juice. Goodness.
All I got is water, man. But listen, man. It's Tone, man. Tone the promoter in the building, man. Thank y'all for tuning in another episode. We got a good show for you, man. It ain't good for me, but I'm just gonna be a good show. What up, y'all?
We got you covered, Tone. It's no problem. Joel in the building, Bird Gang.
What's going on? You already know. Still Bird Gang, no matter what. I'm ready for this episode. Super excited. Hopefully you guys tune in and check us out.
And we have a special guest, Joel.
Yes, we do.
Let me press this button and let's show this man real quick. He may look familiar to a couple of y'all Birds fans.
Whoa.
Oh my God. I just saw him on TV.
Just TV.
What's going on?
We saw him on ESPN. We saw that man on Instagram. Everywhere we look.
The Empire Daily News.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I think I reposted him on Twitter.
Guaranteed. So hold on tight, people. We got Mr. Jhonny on the docket to talk.
What's going on, gentlemen? What's going on? Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate that.
Anytime, yo. Let's get it. Right back at you, man. Look, Mr. Jhonny.
What's going on?
Nice to finally get a chance to talk to you. Let's say now we got a voice behind the face and the sign.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Listen, man. First than anything, thank you guys for inviting me to your show. I appreciate that.
Thank you for accepting the invite. Thanks.
Listen, gentlemen, to be honest, man, I had intentions to come out on TV, but I didn't know this was going to go viral, man. That's crazy, man. I got cousins that I haven't heard for in like 10 years. Hey, you my cousin? What? That's your cousin.
It's like you hit the lottery or something, huh?
Yeah, man, what's going on all of a sudden, man? Yeah, this fame thing ain't for me, man. I'm just a regular Eagles fan, showing some frustration. I figured they were coming down where I'm living at now, which is in Tampa, Florida. I'm originally from Philly, by the way, born and raised. Right. Born and raised in North Philadelphia. I've been in Florida for about 5 years. So every time I get the opportunity, every time my team come down here, or if I got to go down there and check them out, I go watch my team, man.
So this is what happened when you went and supported your team. We end up seeing stuff like that.
That's crazy, man.
Now, I just want to highlight something real quick on this lovely picture we have here, right? Besides our coach that's looking like he's about to cry again.
Mm-hmm.
That says ESPN Sports Center on the top, don't it?
Yes,
that's correct.
With the blue check.
That's how you know it's real. It's a blue check.
Yeah, bro. You made it.
Well, listen,
you already doing it, but you made it.
Listen, if that's what it takes, so that us Eagles fans, can have somebody as a voice, if I gotta be the face to that, then hey, it is what it is, man. Again, nothing personal to those who don't have the same opinion as me, as far as in firing our coach, because he is he's a good coach compared to what we had years back. He took us to the playoffs, 3 years in a row, whatnot. So that was out of frustration, but that is how I feel. I know I got a couple Eagles fans chewing me up here and there, but it's part of the fame, man, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, deep down, we want to kind of get your perspective, because naturally we're watching from Philly, and I'm feeling disgusted. I'm trying to smoke a cigar just to calm my nerves, because these boys ain't doing nothing for me at all when it comes to what I saw. Now, I'm going to put the screen on you. If you don't mind, sir, give us the vibe of the team while you was there.
Well, you know what? That's a good question, because that's one of the main reasons I decided, to really go to this game, besides the fact that it was a playoff game and my team was coming to town. I noticed that the past couple of weeks, the locker room wasn't the same inside, with the guys and with the players. And there was a lot of rumors and whatnot. So I said, you know what, babe, I want to go to the game, but this time around, I'm trying to sit as close as possible to be able, to get a little better example of how the team is trying to work together. If there's any disagreement, their body language and whatnot. And it was a very interesting night, man. I didn't see the guys happy. I didn't see the guys pepping each other up. I don't even think I seen AJ Brown. He wasn't there, even though he wasn't playing, obviously. But I figure he'll be there trying to, give his team support. But you could tell Sirianni was frustrated. The what's his name? The head of security. What's his name again? I forgot. Big Dome, I believe it is. Anyway, he was walking up and down. He was just shaking his head like, like, I don't know what's going on, man. And that's exactly why, I went with that sign, that said that just in case I get in a situation like that. And I kind of felt they were going to get in a situation like that. Once halftime came, I said, babe, it's time to put up the sign.
Real quick, that's crazy to think about. That's crazy to think about, because I was actually there in Tampa when they played the first time this year. I was there
when they played the Bucks.
Yeah, Monday night.
Yeah, I was there. They won. I was there too.
Yeah, the whole it was crazy, because obviously it was early in the year. They're still trying to figure it out, but you could tell the atmosphere of the team was very different from what we saw the other night. I mean, they just looked like they didn't care. They were just mentally checked out.
Yeah, and I think they checked out, a couple weeks back. That's why I say, how could such a team with so much talent, just check out like that on their coach? That's why, to me, this goes towards their coach, man, because, and besides that, how are you going to change the defense coordinator in the middle of the season, confusing the players in that way? And it was just one thing led to another, and it's just like, I got to be there for this game. On top of that, I thought it was going to be Jason Kelce's last game, so I wanted to see that live.
Yeah.
I wanted to see how he was also reacting with his brothers, for so many years and stuff in that nature. So it was a lot, it was a couple good reasons why I went to this game, man. So to the sign, real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
It's kind of broken now because of whatever I went through. So this is the sign that went viral, of course. This is the one that I was dying to pull out, and I pulled out about right at the second half. So I had another, I was sporting this one out.
Oh.
Run the ball.
Yeah.
So this is how run the ball. I was just trying to remind them, run the ball, man, run the ball.
They didn't see the sign.
You know what? Actually, I got a couple attention from the NFL cameras and whatever. They took pictures of run the ball, but not what I noticed. I got to make it to the air, I guess.
The Eagles didn't listen to your sign.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Listen, and I was like, I'm like, read that, man. So then I had another idea, since it was Martin Luther King Day or whatnot, and we got high expectations and, getting to as far as we went to for the past couple of years. So I had a dream. I have a dream. As an Eagles fan, I have a dream that we're going to change shit around. Yes, I have a dream that we could beat the Bucks. We could beat the Bucks. Okay, I have a dream we could beat the Bucks. I don't know about the 49ers, but now, man, once that blowout started to be obvious, man, I said, babe, it's time to open up the door. So yeah, man, we didn't know it was on TV until like the people around it was like, yo, dude. Yeah, no, their phone. They were showing screenshots. They was like, yo, dude, we just came out. Next thing you know, when I get on my phone, I got my mom. I seen you, my dad. I'm like, oh, boy. When I get out the stadium, that's when I realized how serious it was.
Yo,
Yeah.
hey,
As far
question though.
as
Question. You said that you obviously you had good seats and you was right there. You felt the players' vibes and the energy and stuff like that, right? Now, seeing that picture you had on Jalen Hurts jersey, right? So obviously, now were you close enough to hear? Because rumor has it is that Dallas Goedert said, "You and your damn noodle arm." Now, did he say that to him or not?
I wasn't on that side of the line of the
Really,
sideline.
Tone?
Don't think I'm way with the NFL. I wasn't inspired, man. Listen, nah, I can't say I was a witness to that. That was probably on the other side of the sideline.
Yeah.
I was more where Akers was practicing kicking his ball and stuff, on the other side of the field. But again, they walked.
So he probably did say that. He probably did say that. Then. Okay.
I think he
Mr.
also
I
said
think-
too that at least Dallas, the Cowboys choked again in the playoffs.
I think Tone tried to throw a curveball on you there.
I think exactly what he's trying to do. Hey, Slick. This is what he do. It's what Tone do. So, but look, just in case for the people that didn't exactly catch on to exactly what Mr. Jhonny is talking about, I have a real quick clip here to really kind of give you an idea of what's going on. Joel, you seen this already? You're the one that sent it to me.
Yeah, that's how my
That's how you
social
go
media looks
viral.
at this moment.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Out of control.
John Clark.
Out of control, man. Yeah, I mean, you think I can start getting paid for this shit, man?
I hope so.
Hey man, you run up that check. I ain't mad at
Right. You be like, look,
Damn.
look, Sports Center, y'all name drop me again. I need a check.
That's crazy. Listen, like when I see myself on Fox Sports, like
Right.
NFL Fox, I'm like, wow, is it that deep? Then I realized Troy Aikman and what's his name?
But Joe
The other
Buck,
commentator. And Joe Buck was hosting the game. I'm like, damn, this
right?
is a hell of a memory. This is a hell of a memory for me as an Eagles fan.
Yeah,
When 10 years
yeah.
pass by and I look at all this viral stuff and I'm like, whoa, that's okay. Yo,
But you know
I'm
what
gonna
though?
tell
You know what I will
what?
say? I will say
What?
that genuinely, man. Your sign that you had, obviously, that's the emotions, like you said, you felt, what I mean, from the play of the team. But some people go out and try to be viral, like plan to do something to be viral. They go out and they do something, they make a video, we gonna try to go viral with it. But you went down there with obviously your emotion for your team, the support. Like you even had different signs, you know what I mean? But then
I
way
was trying to go by the
going,
vibe, right? I was trying to go by the vibe. But remember, from the moment I knew I was going, I wanted to come out on TV, But like I said,
okay.
I was able to come out on TV how I wanted to, but I didn't know it was gonna go viral like that, like ESPN and Fox, and all that extra stuff like that. But yeah, man, it's kind of exciting and scary at the same time, man, because how things are these days, man. You don't know who.
Right,
I mean,
right. People
Yeah.
can view things the wrong way. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now,
So,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joel.
so real quick, Johnny, I don't know if you caught like the latest news. So this is my question to you. So far right now, we have reports coming out that actually Howie and Nick Sirianni are making calls around the league to see who's available as far as coordinators and people that are available that we could possibly bring in. So it's kind of like, it seems like that Nick Sirianni is going to stay. So, just kind of getting your thoughts on that and, what
Sorry
what
for
do
the
you
bad
think?
news.
Yeah, I actually learned about that news right before I decided to call you. I heard he had a meeting today with the administration, and I guess they didn't fire him. But I tell you what, this is what I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna give you my thoughts on that. They didn't fire him, so that gives me the green light, right? Because to remind you, the Pro Bowl this year is in Orlando. I'm in Tampa. I got my tickets to the Pro Bowl. I might dress up in Eagles and go back with the sign to see if I go viral again.
Let's go.
You just got to put still fire Nick Sirianni.
Right. But as far as your question, I kind of, again, fire Sirianni, that's kind of over exaggerating because of the record he got with us. So if they are going to fire him, then he's going to fire him. They're going to give him another year at least. You know what I mean? To see if he can fix things around, bring in a new coordinator, defense coordinator, offense coordinator, and, and see where he goes at from there. But as far as to fire him like that, 1, 2, 3, I knew that wasn't going to happen. But then again, anything can happen because you seen he got rid of Super Bowl coach. He's got rid of Nick Foles after winning the Super Bowl for us. So anything could have happened. But listen, man, if my team riding with their coach, I'm riding with my team. You know what I mean? Right now, I feel as though my team wasn't riding for their coach.
Right.
So it is what it is, man. I'm an Eagles fan for life. You know what I mean? And Dallas viral always. Ooh, Dallas.
they also had a dream for a very long time now.
They choked before us. Yeah, man.
All right. So now, by any chance, Mr. Jhonny, I'm just curious. Did you see basically the video of Troy Aikman and them in the booth talking and then them showing you? Did you see that transition?
Yes, that's one of my favorite transitions, man. That's one of my favorite good memories. I got that too. I was able to screen record that and save that for my records, for the future, to remind me of the moment, some simple Eagle fan went viral, But yeah, that was cool. That was pretty awesome. And I actually was searching, the other podcasts that, popular podcasts to see if they shared the clip around. And
right.
I ran into a couple things, but nothing like that, man. But you know what I also did, gentlemen? So yesterday I decided to go to the Eagles Philly page and identify myself basically and say, hey, I posted a picture of the John or whatnot, and I was like, this is me. I hope I didn't offend nobody, but I think this went viral. And that went kind of viral too, because you had all the Eagles fans actually giving me their take on what I did. Some was with me and some was, some wasn't. But
right.
But it was cool, man. It was
So just in case for the ones that did not see what we were just talking about, it's not long.
Last several weeks is what's going to happen to Nick Sirianni following this game, and it's anybody's guess. It's hard to believe that a guy who's made the postseason.
There we go. Now, by chance, was that your lovely wife that was standing next to you?
That's correct. That's my wife, my best friend, my probation officer. You name it, that's her.
Yeah.
Actually, she's the one that she was the one that did the art for me.
She got the penmanship. She got the penmanship.
Right.
Okay.
We were actually running late to the game. The game started about 8:15 or something like that. We didn't leave the house till about like 7:15 because she was in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Trying out those markers.
But it was worth it. Yeah, she got out of there. She got out of the house buzzing because of the smell of the markers. She was like, "Whoa!"
Right. Oh. She's on that Sharpie life, huh?
Yo, but listen, did you see the clip? Did you see the clip? I wish you could run the clip though. I found a new clip today where some newscasts from some other sports. I don't remember. I don't remember the details, but they're actually talking about, how I went in there with the poster already. They even talked about the colors, the markers and everything. So they dedicated me a good 20 seconds just about that story. I got it on my storyline. Maybe you can pick it up.
Yeah, y'all keep on talking. I'll see if I can pull it up.
Yeah. All right. It's a nice little interesting clip there. That's again, I'm like, wow, that's
wild, man. I wish I knew you was going down there with that sign, because I would have told you to put McCarthy too on the back of that. and you flipped that joint.
It ain't happening either, Tony. Unfortunately, it ain't happening either. You're stuck with your boy too.
Yeah, I see, man.
Listen, man, yo, if this keep going viral, you think I'll be able to put the sign for auction?
Probably
right?
Somebody did that.
Yeah,
right.
That's where you can get. That's where you can get the check from. Yeah, for sure.
I know, man.
Nick Sirianni will buy if he keeps the job, so he can burn it. That's what he'll do.
Right.
They'll be like, let me get that sign. How much you want for that sign?
Yeah, right. We might try to give him some throwaway money. Like, man, how much
you guys heard about that guy that actually threw popcorn on Sirianni?
Yeah,
I did see that.
I seen it.
Chased him down. Was that near you?
No, that wasn't near me. That was near the tunnel. I was on the sideline. That was the tunnel where they come out through, which was on the other
I saw
side.
The security chased him down. He's probably banned from
I actually think he caught a case, man. He probably did. And if he's from Philly and all his warrants come up, he done.
Right.
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 Yeah.
Right.
he probably has a few if he's from Philly for sure.
Right.
He ain't from Philly. He ain't from Philly no more. Now he belongs to the county of Hillsborough.
Right. He said,
Yeah, that was a little too far though, man. I mean,
Yeah,
we got to keep our emotions like that as fans when it comes to stuff like that. But I mean, you gotta understand, like even you posting a sign like that, like I understand the dude has a family and stuff like that, but we just heavily invested, man. Like you from North Philly,
right.
you were born and raised here. Just like a lot of us, except that guy down there, I don't know how the hell he became a
no,
Cowboys
ain't
fan.
it? Hey, the passion's still there, bro. I don't care about
Nah, but
the
I'm
team.
just speaking as a Philadelphia fan. Like we just always, we're
Right.
heavily invested in this team, just like any other sports teams in this town.
And
So,
we different. We known to be different. Eagles fans are known to be
right,
different. Eagle fans are known just like they will stand up and applaud you. We would boo you.
right,
We just like that. We
right,
from Philly. I mean,
right. And
Right.
going back to a little bit, you touched on it a little bit where you mentioned that you didn't see AJ Brown out there in the sideline supporting his team, and he's one that. And I'm high on. I love the dude, man. Like I think he's a phenomenal player, but like his antics and what he's been doing, I understand. He's like, look, I don't got nothing good to say, so I'm not saying nothing at all. So he's curving the media and stuff like that, and not talking. But sometimes not talking, it creates more attention, and it leaves a lot of question marks around the team, whether you're part of the team or a part of the team. So all those things I think was like self-inflicted at the end, man. So it's one of them things with, AJ Brown where I was like a little disappointed in it. And then knowing that he wasn't at the game, I know he was injured. So they probably was like, stay behind, get ready just in case we got out of that game with the win. He'll be ready for the next one. But still, I still think he should have been there.
listen, we all think it's just no matter what, he should have been there because he was in a
Right.
boxing fight. He was front row in a boxing fight. I think
And
like
AC.
Saturday before.
AC.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
you not gonna
Yeah.
travel with your team at least to motivate them? In the
Right.
sideline, man.
Yeah.
It's not like you
Yeah.
on crutches or whatnot. Like you didn't even want to travel
Right.
with the team. Like you erased it or whatever you did on your media. And just prior to what happened to that too, like he's just acting strange. I hope they can work things out. And I think
Right.
that all
Absolutely.
goes. Because we got a hell of a team, man. We got a hell of a team, and we just need some adjustment. I look at this, besides my sports team, my home team, I look at this like a big soap opera movie because there's always things that happen behind the scenes and the cameras. You got to be
Don't
like,
know
fellas,
about.
you got it, exactly.
Mm.
That's why I'm the type of person that I like to get to the stadiums early just to see them arrive in the bus. You know
Right.
what I mean? Shit like that. I like to, it just calls my attention, man.
Right.
And man, that probably goes to your point earlier that you made. About AJ Brown not being there. Nick Sirianni not having a locker room anymore. Like, I mean, he didn't have a devastating injury where you can't fly with the injury. Something
And
like
nobody
that. Like,
talking about that. Nobody even
yeah,
talking about
he
that.
should have been there as a leader on the team. You know what I mean? And
The
then
dude, the dude was a captain. Him and Smitty were first-year captains this year, and you're telling me you can't show up just to be on the bench and hype your boys up? Come on now.
Not
Exactly.
then it's
even
not a
that,
good
but
look that you was at a boxing, like you said earlier. You
Yeah.
was at a boxing match. That don't look good at all. That's really saying like I don't care about what they got going on. I don't care about the fight they in down there in Tampa. I can care less if they win or lose. You know what I mean? Or where was he?
Listen,
Was he
but
in the locker?
if you ever pay attention to his interviews, I don't know. I just find him a little self-centered. Like he just talks about me. He doesn't talk about we. You know what I mean? And
right.
I just hope, but things like that, superstars like that want that only positive attention, that's what becomes a virus in the locker room. You got to remember him and Jay, they best friends, supposedly. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we can tell, that's been dangerous. Listen, they haven't even been able to do touchdown dances and them celebrations they be doing. All them celebrations they did last year, we didn't see none of that this year, man. So from like day one, and I think since they hired those two coaches and they put the rules down, it wasn't the same team, man.
Right. And that's where I was talking earlier about this when I was at work. I was more talking about the experience with the coaches on this team. You got Nick Sirianni that's, 3 years in. You have these new offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. not too much experience in that locker room to hold all these egos and all these players and different types of personalities and bringing them together. And that's when they hit that panic button and brought Patricia in to try to get some stability. But like you said, in a team, you got some players invested with a certain coach. And then when you bring someone new in, you got like that division automatically because they were loyal to that coach that was running the show before. So
exactly. And what you did there was confuse the players, man. Now you're confusing the defense because they already got used to, certain signs, certain signals. They know what to do. Somebody new come in, all that shit changes around, So now nobody know where they at. And I think that just
you've seen it. You've seen it.
Yeah, it's like, listen, guys, they just come on. The talent that we got, they didn't even want. They were scared to tackle. I don't know if it was because they don't want to get hurt or they don't want to but they was just like,
but it really that really proved what Javon Hargrave said at a podcast a few weeks ago, how his practice now with the Niners are different than the Eagles did last year and obviously this year. They really didn't really get an effort into the practice. It was all chill and they weren't really testing these players out in practice, and it shows. Like they didn't really put an effort in.
Yep, I agree. Yep, well, I heard that too.
It also don't help when you have people that really was expecting them to really actually step up in the opposite direction. Like we wasn't expecting like this side of Bradbury. We weren't expecting for Slade to just kind of like give up. I mean, wasn't also expecting for our young safeties to just get hurt like that too. So, I mean, we didn't have Blankenship. No, we already know about our rookie.
I'm sorry.
What, Blankenship?
Yeah, the dude can't cover my grandmother.
Your grandma's that
Larry, he couldn't cover you or me.
I hope she's not under 5'2" because we already know what Tone would classify under.
What? What would I classify? Somebody shorter than me, that's all.
You're not going there, Tone.
A lot shorter than me, that's all. Just a lot shorter than me.
We're not going there.
That's
so,
different, man.
all right. So now look, I try to find the video and try to get it clear. I can't get it clear enough, so it's cool.
Okay, but you saw it though. You see what I'm talking about, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Where they just kind of like just highlighted the colors and there. Yeah. It's real deep. A whole lot deeper than what I thought I was going to go with that. But yeah. that was good. But nonetheless, I'm just happy that basically the attention that you wanted, for sure that the players saw it and the players felt it and the players either agreed with you or disagreed with you. But nonetheless, it was a conversation. And that conversation happened from what they saw. You know what I mean? Can you imagine, like, you see this defense that's like missed tackle after missed tackle after missed tackle, and then you look up, and then somebody's like, yo, Sirianni, do something. That's basically what the sign means to me. It's like, Sirianni, do something or you deserve to get fired, bro.
Listen, no matter, it's just they wasn't playing with strength, man. They wasn't trying to get hurt. They wasn't trying to hurt any. They wasn't playing physical. You could tell them that the sideline, they just wanted to get that game out the way so they go about the business, so they could probably go about their business with their family, dog. Like it was crazy, man. But it's all right.
Yeah, those Cancun tickets was already paid for.
Well, yeah, that's I don't know if y'all seen if y'all had seen Gil on his little rant. That's what he said when he was like, I asked Bradbury, was you ready? He was like, I didn't know what you was talking about, man. He's like, you was ready to go on vacation.
Because he was in the locker room.
Right, I seen that. Yeah, talking to the players. Yeah, I was like, yo, Gil, funny, man. Funny dude.
Man, vacation trip already set up.
Right.
So, all right, so look, we're definitely going to go ahead and talk some more football, but it's something that we have to go ahead and do first. So just in case, John, if you can see this up top, you see how it says GNT? Right now, we're going to highlight you right now. So this is you. All right, we're just going to go ahead and highlight you right now because you're more than just a football fan, my friend.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh, you thought I wasn't going to go this round, huh?
I knew something was coming. Go ahead. Give it
Oh,
to
you
me.
did no. You did no. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Who am I to not highlight who you are, sir? So now it's time for us to highlight you.
Okay.
And it's going to talk a little bit about you right now. So people that's watching right now, I know y'all don't have no idea what I'm talking about. Let me give you a little taste of what I'm talking about. Mr. Jhonny, look, I'm not trying to embarrass you, but you're the man, especially me. I'm now a fan. What are you talking about, Larry? Let me show you. Yeah.
Okay.
That was supposed to be a secret, gentlemen. Come on, man. This was supposed to be about the sign, man.
God damn it, Larry.
No. That's another side. That's another side of me. Y'all ain't ready for that conversation, man.
I'm sorry, Bruce Wayne. I didn't mean to pull off the mask like that, Batman. My bad. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. That's something that I enjoy. That's something that I enjoy doing. I've been doing that for a while already. I'm basically a Latino merengue singer, and I've been doing this for a while. So that, like I said, that's another long story. But that's what I dedicate myself to do. I'm actually entertainer. Me and my wife as well. She sings too. So we got our music thing going on, and we travel and blah blah blah. It's another headache, man. Just trying to pay the bills. Just trying to pay the bills, man. Whatever it takes to pay the bills.
Amen. Go ahead, Tone. I know you had a question.
Oh yeah, man, I got a question for you, John. So, it's probably about I'm gonna say 4 questions, maybe all into one. Just try to follow, stay with me. I was just gonna ask, when did you start? Where did you get the passion? And what's the best song or anything that you like to perform? What do you feel most comfortable in?
As far as my music career?
Yes.
Oh wow, man! I started this. That's when I'll bring Joel back up. Joel knows this in high school and middle school, right? This all started.
Middle school.
Yeah, this all started in middle school. I was about 15, 16. It was just, we were born and raised in North Philadelphia, and you can either go 2 ways in North Philly. You can either go the good way, you go the bad way. But I was like in the middle, and I realized at an early age that the music was an escape for me. And nothing. I just started, giving it my attention, and I started learning with it little by little until I discovered I wanted to be a singer, man. So, when you're young and you like music, somebody obviously inspires you. So, I started liking this band that inspired me for years. And, my music dream was to one day be with that music group, that professional music group from Puerto Rico that inspired me. Long story short, I moved from Philly to PR, and I was able to accomplish that dream, guys. Wow. I was able to be with a famous group in Puerto Rico, not only a famous group in Puerto Rico, but the group that inspired me when I was young. And I was actually, So I actually got to experience the music professionally, at a professional level, where I toured to Honduras and came out on CDs and music videos. I even went to the Latin billboards, man, the Latin billboards. You could look that up. And that was a tremendous experience. But other than that, long story short, I realized that there's nothing more loyal and real than family. So I had to make a decision, either the music career thing or family. And that's when I said, you know what, I'd rather go with the family. It's more real. You know what I mean? It's more real. You there with people that actually love you for who you are, not because of your fame. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it was a great experience. Thank you for bringing that up.
Great, man. Great. That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yeah. Any other questions,
we was told that
I got another press conference with ESPN in about 20 minutes, guys. We got to close this up soon.
now he's just flexing on us now.
Yeah.
Just joking.
But you heard his story first right here.
That's right. That's right. That's correct.
On GNT
Yo,
Sports. Shout that out, baby.
Now the idea is for this to go viral because nobody got this. Nobody got this clan right here. I mean, let's see where this can go at. That's right.
Yeah.
Definitely, man. Well, listen, Jhonny, like I said before, man, thank you for taking out your time, joining us on the podcast. Greatly appreciate you. Glad to reconnect with you. And I don't know if the guys have anything to say, so you can get on to your next segment with ESPN.
Nothing, guys. Listen, it was a pleasure, man. It was a pleasure. This is part of the adventure. This, if it wasn't for the sign, if it wasn't for it to go viral, I wouldn't get this opportunity with you guys. So the pleasure was mine. And nothing. If this goes anywhere else, y'all got to interview me again. Because remember, I'm taking this to the Pro Bowl.
Yeah. All right. You heard it here first, baby. You heard it here first. He's taking it to the Pro Bowl.
That's right. I'm taking the sign so they can put two and two together to be like, wait a minute, that's that Eagles fan that was in Tampa.
Right.
Let's put him back on camera.
they might pull you down there for an interview. Like, yo,
hey,
sir.
You know what? I got to go over there. I got to represent Kelsey. I got to represent my Eagles because they're going to be down there too. If I'm not mistaken, I think Jalen Hurts is going to be at the Pro Bowl too as a right. So, I'm going to go there with my jersey. It's only about an hour and a half from here, so I'm going to take that ride. And again, thank you guys. It was a pleasure, man. Maybe next time I could join in and hear your knowledge in sports, and maybe we can all turn into sports analysis one day.
Right. Yep. There you go.
Jhonny, first off, I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate your presence here. You're thankful for us. We found it. We call it a blessing. So thank you for lending your time with us. We greatly appreciate it, man. And look, they just don't have to be like a one-time, two-time thing. Anytime you want to go ahead and get on with us to go ahead and talk some sports, hey, we with you, man. You're always welcome.
That sounds good, guys. But look, they do a lot of spring training down here in Florida. So if y'all need some exclusive videos or whatnot, I'll record them. I'll send them over to you. We can probably even do some broadcasting live, John.
Let's go, bro.
Let's go. Just make sure I'm not on those episodes. That's all.
Listen. Hold on. I want to show y'all something. This is what I'll be talking about.
Woo!
This is what I like to do. Besides the music, I like to put myself in these positions, like I said, to get to the games early, watch the players arrive, watch them leave the stadium, watch how they interact with their fans, shit like that. So maybe we can work together in the future, and I can, give you guys some stuff y'all can probably use for your content.
Right.
Right. Definitely, man.
Hey, definitely.
Thank you so much, man. Seriously, this is I look at this podcast as a family affair. You know what I mean? Like, we're boys, but we're family. So welcome aboard to the family. Like, I appreciate your time. Seriously. Appreciate your wife drawing skills.
She's watching now. I'm sure she's like, thank you.
Definitely got a big yes. Thank you.
Thanks, wifey. Your
Hey,
penmanship is
wifey,
incredible.
Right.
She's probably like, whatever, Larry. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate your time, seriously, bro. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, thank you, gentlemen. Have a good night, and nothing. We'll stay in touch. All right. I appreciate it.
Looking forward to it, bro. Big up.
All right, guys. Wait. One more time.
Oh,
I gotta show the sign.
Let's go.
Gotta show the sign. Yo, you ain't gonna believe it, but this been broken like way before second half. So every time I had to put it up, I had to try and put it together.
Oh, word?
Put it together.
Yeah.
We couldn't tell.
Yeah, if you zoom in the photos, you'll be able to tell because it's a little disconnected. Anyway, guys,
take care, man. It was effective, man. All right, man.
All right,
guys.
Later, guys.
Take care. That was the one and only Jhonny. That was awesome, man.
Yeah, that was deep.
Crazy to think. Literally just 2 days ago, I saw that guy on Twitter with that picture, and we just interviewed him.
Right.
When I saw it,
I believe that is his wife. And she said, "Thank you, guys. No, we thank you. Thank you.
Did a good job on the sign. Did a great job.
Perfect, son.
Awesome.
For the next poster, she's got to put, seriously, fire Nick Sirianni.
Right.
But seriously, huh?
Fire Sirianni.
Yeah, but just like you, Kev, I saw first the clip come up on Instagram, and I'm looking at him like, wait a minute, because I obviously follow him on Facebook. So I'm sitting there, and I saw before the game him posting pictures that he was at the game, and then I saw the sign, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's Jhonny. So then I took a quick screenshot, sent it over to him. I'm like, yo, I was like, thank you for sending the message, and then. After I sent them the message, I'm at work. I'm like, wait a minute. Our podcast is on Wednesday. Let me see if he's interested in hopping on.
Right.
So, I'm glad it came together, man. Again, shout out to Jhonny.
Yeah, quick too.
He was on board right away, man. So, and like he said, he had some family members. That was me on this side. Yeah, I mean, we talking about going back to 6th grade in high school since we haven't, kind of interacted in anything like that. Everyone gets caught up in life and family time.
Right.
But, he jumped right on, man. Good dude, man. Appreciate your time, man. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That is what's up.
Absolutely. No, thank you to Jhonny and his wife for spending a little bit of time with us. And the good thing is, just our olive branch is just continuing to grow, because I know it's not going to be the last time we're going to have him on, for his 2 cents, 5 cents, 25 cents, whatever what it is. It's not going to be the last.
Right.
So welcome aboard, Jhonny. Welcome to the family. All right. So speaking of family and heartache, Tone, do you want to dive into your Cowboys at all, or you want
that got depressing real quick.
He wants to go into a nosedive.
Well, no, because I guess, because obviously y'all gonna go into your own thing, which is with the squads, but
I mean, we went 40 minutes talking about the downfall of the Eagles, so we can talk about the Cowboys just a little bit.
Right, and obviously the content is a great way to segue off of that. You know what I mean? As far as the sign that goes with, bull like Kermit the Frog. But
he sure does.
So obviously segueing off of obviously the sign, the sign that he had up, fire Sirianni. Like I'm on board with firing obviously Mike McCarthy. Any team, and not just my team, but any team across the league, you are what your coach is, man. And for as many years as we go into big games, not just even playoff games, just even big regular season games, this team, for whatever reason, just seems to not be mentally prepared. It just seems like everybody always looking around, or you might see a little bit of moping from the players. The body language, stinks. And then not to mention, and not to, on top of it, it seems like when the offense fall apart, the defense falls apart. Like they couldn't stop a bloody nose. And it was just like, you can't stop nothing anywhere, nowhere. The emotions is flaring, you know what I mean? And then, I think when the pressure, gets there and the water's boiling, you know what I mean, and Dak feel that heat, he start just really laser eyeing who he wants to throw it to, because he don't want to make the mistake, or he probably figuring, we got to score, we got to make the play. Then the interceptions happen. It's just like, yo, bro, like what? Like, what are you looking at? You know what I mean? What are you doing? You pressing a little bit too much. And then I don't know what stripper or what call girl CeeDee Lamb was with the night before the game, because like, bro, what was you doing? The ball's here, you reaching up here, like what are you doing, man? I was just like, it was the wrong Sunday to forget how to play some football or look like a team. You know what I mean? And you know what? I seen a passage from Nick Bosa, yo, because they asked him about what was his thoughts on the Eagles and the Cowboys losing, and he was just like, well, obviously you've seen it all year, but he was just like, any team who can't stop a team from running, and a team who don't run the ball, won't win in the postseason. And he was just like, obviously, both didn't do well, so he was just like, that was written on the wall pretty much in my sense. This is what he was saying. Like, these teams had these problems for weeks now. When it comes to the playoffs, you got to be good at both. You want to be good at both, but you got to be good at one of them at least. You know what I mean? And we just don't be Mike McCarthy. Even going back to him, in Green Bay, like Aaron Rodgers came up short a lot, there too. You know what I mean? Lost some key games, some big games. You know what I mean, that they should have had. And for as great of a quarterback, they give him credit to be. He should have more than just one Super Bowl. So
I agree.
you know what I mean. And like I said, that comes from your coach. You know what I mean? Maybe he can withstand a little bit more pressure than Dak. So that's why obviously he won his Super Bowl. But it's the leader, man. You gonna go as far as the head of the snake gonna take you in. And I don't see Mike McCarthy as no strong force, man. Like he's just not a guy that's gonna get in the player's chest. Like I as many penalties, we led the league in penalties or was second in penalties. Never one time did I ever see him go to any of the players that may be repeated offenders, because I'm sure if you lead the league in penalties, you got the same people doing the shit. Yep. I never seen them go yank somebody up. Yo, what are you doing? Like you gotta have a connection with your players, man, for them to fall on board. Like if everything lackadaisical, just like you said, if Hargrave said that's how practices were, like it's like a country club, you know what I mean? At the start, man, it's just like, do y'all guys really want to win, or y'all just feel good saying that you play for the Dallas Cowboys? Like, you know what I mean? Like you just don't see no will, no grit, man. Such of the most undisciplined units I've seen in a long time. Like, if you're supposed to be a good team, you calling yourself a good team, no way you should be making mistakes as far as like penalties and shit. That shouldn't that don't happen from a good team. You know what I mean? Good teams are disciplined. You know what I mean? Maybe they might go through their little lapses of maybe, a couple games where they might get a little bit of penalties, but they're going to clean that up. You know what I mean? It's not going to become a snowballing effect. Like, it's just like, damn, we just get penalties. That's just what we do. Like, the leadership, man, from the top, man, trickles down to the team. And obviously we had holes all through that team. Running back Tony Pollard was a big disappointment this year as far as being a lead back. I mean, obviously, clearly, he can't even be that. Not even just for us. That's just not his MO, across the league. He'll be a great RB2 or, 1-2 punch type ball. Yeah. Our linebackers was entirely too small. You can't have linebackers that's 205 pounds and thinking come the fourth quarter they're going to be able to withstand, those big offensive lines pounding on you all through the game. Fourth quarter, these little linebackers spent. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna be able to. You ain't gonna want to tackle nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah, they was getting pounded and pounded. Yeah, we did. That's what we got. We got pounded. You know what I mean? So,
by Macho Man Aaron Jones.
Yeah,
now you knew who I was talking about.
But we just been getting gashed by the run. You know what I'm saying? Like all year, like. Or at least towards the end of the year, you know what I mean? Once Hankins kind of went down, it was just like it really got exposed. And then Dan Quinn, the way he was, like, I'm gonna say this: Micah Parsons is a great player. He would probably be greater somewhere else as far as the way he was being used here. Like you trying to put him all over the field. To me, the way Dan Quinn coached him, he coached him according to how defenses played him. Offenses played him. Like, because, a lot of the times, whatever side he was on, that's the side they would run to. So now Dan Quinn, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch him up. I'm going to put him on this side. Or I'm going to put him over here. Or I'm going to put him. Nah, man, leave that dude one place, position, put his foot in the ground and get at the quarterback. Like, if that's what he's going to be, you know what I mean? Like, then you want to play him at linebacker? Like, nah, man, stop switching this dude all around the place, because the way he would try to shift him around all the field, he wasn't a factor. This dude one tackle. Like, how could somebody that great of a player, you only manifest him to get one tackle? And you can't say the dude don't play, because he's out there trying to cause havoc, but then you put him in the wrong positions. I'm like, damn, Quinn, you fucked this dude for, 3 years. Like, come on, man. Like, like I said, if his natural talent and ability that he has is the reason why he's making a lot of the plays that he did. But Quinn, you didn't have him, to me, just didn't have him in the right position. And obviously he's going to be gone. He can go get whatever head coaching position he got, because we forget he was the head coach of that Atlanta Falcons team who, you know what I mean, who lost the leading the Super Bowl. So what do I expect from him? Like, this dude was still playing two high safeties when Aaron Jones was just running up the middle. What do you still got safeties back 20 yards back for? Bring somebody up in the box, man. Make these dudes and really make Jordan Love beat you with his arm. You didn't try to stop the run at all. I'm really making him beat our corners. Like, if he's just going to have to be really playing, get the ball out quick, and the corners are the receivers just going to have to beat our corners. Like, we was getting gashed, bro. Like, you, and then when you want to bring somebody, then they hitting you with the play action. Then I was like, DQ, get out of here, man. You know what I mean? I don't know what scheme he thought to use that game, but it wasn't right. They said that Bill Belichick, the way he coaches his defenses, he don't coach like to me. Dan Quinn coaches the defense. He to me he'll prep the same for fucking Tua the same way he'll prep for Josh Allen. Like, he just preps the defense. Like, no, they said Bill Belichick every week his defense is different. It's disguised and focused on the team that they're playing, because he knows his strengths and weaknesses. So that's what we gonna play. Dan Quinn, you can just tell we play defense. We just play it. Like, we're gonna run our coverage, this coverage with that. It doesn't matter who's on the field. This is what we run.
Yeah, Bill Belichick also focuses on the hot hand. So whatever your weapon is or playmaker, that's what he focuses on, to taking that away from you and making you beat his team in a different way. So, I mean, real quick, just to touch on something you said about Dak and the defense, it's something that I just thought about, because they talked about it during the Eagles and Tampa game, where they were talking about that Baker Mayfield actually is, like, he's offensive. Obviously, he's on the offense, but he's heavily, like, involved in talking up the defense and going up to them and, just chatter. Like, I don't know if that's – because to me, like, outside looking in and, just a little bit of times that I watched Dallas, like, I kind of see, like, the offense just with the offense and the defense with the defense. And it's kind of speaking to what you said, like, when the offense ain't clicking, like, the defense ain't – it's kind of like defense will be mad at the offense and vice versa. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know if that's possibly an issue, just something that Dak probably doesn't do. I don't know. I'm not sure. But, it was just something that, you know what I mean? Like, I know from an Eagles standpoint, after the play, like, it always seems like Jalen Hurts always goes and sit in the same spot and the same look, whether we just scored a touchdown or not. But you don't never see him, like, doing some of the things that Baker was doing.
No, you know what, though?
Talking to their wide receivers and doing all that.
He did show some emotion. I forget what play it was that was made. It might have been when Brandon Graham. It might have been when Brandon Graham got the sack, or Fletcher Cox.
Yeah.
One of them.
Yeah.
It was one, and Jalen was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Who was that?"
Rare, and it's rare that he does that.
Yeah, I was like, okay. I was like, oh, maybe.
We're talking about Baker doing this apparently all the time, that he goes, gets in people's face and, just tries to rile them up or talk them up or whatever. But I don't know, like, to me, I always kind of seen that, like, with Dallas, like, as far as, like, the defense, when they were playing well, and, one of the top defenses, they were always, like, getting on Dak and not, like, playing together as a team as far as that goes, or, being considerate, I should say. But I don't know, man. I think what really bought McCarthy another year for you guys was how great the offense was. That's just my guess, as far as, like, the play calling and how they developed and evolved as an offense. But now with possibly losing Quinn, I don't know how that defense is going to perform, or, how you guys are going to fill that void or not. But
you gotta get some bigger linebackers.
I like every bit of it.
You gotta get some bigger linebackers in the defensive line.
Well, going back to what you said earlier in the year, you were talking about Tony Pollard and how you think you need a big back. I mean, that game against Green Bay, like, they just he's not the type of guy to go in between the tackle. He's an outside runner, maybe use it for a pass. He's not that guy, and all year it looked like he's just not that guy. And that night against Green Bay proved it. And then also, the other thing, it's the same thing we talked about beforehand with Hassan Reddick, how they drop him back in coverage, and obviously they did the same thing with Parsons. That's not what they do. They go out, like you said, they put your feet on the ground and get to the quarterback. I don't know what Dan Quinn was thinking with that plan. It clearly didn't work out. Just, I don't know. I think these coaches just overthink everything, and it's just it doesn't work.
But if you go back to some of these other teams that are successful and had superstars and stuff like that, if I know I don't have to worry about that side of the line, and I'm going to make, Parsons lock down the right side of the offense or the left side of the defense where he's normally at. And then it's like, all right, well, you got to draw up a scheme to just, all right, who's going to keep an eye on the left side since we already know he's got that side on lockdown. And that's typically like what you would normally do with a lot of people that play these positions. Is like, all right, like us. 2 years ago, I want to say, no one was running up the middle. It was no way possible when we had Fletcher Cox and Hargraves there. They're like, there ain't no way they're running up the middle. Let's keep them there. And it's either going to the left or right side. That's it. You know what I mean? So that's to speak to Tone's frustration and stuff like that. I didn't understand why they was dropping them back, especially with Aaron Jones, man. He was a problem, man. And the other thing that I mentioned before we hopped on, I think the approach that they had when they won the coin toss and they just went right down and scored, it started putting a little pressure. You got the bright lights of the playoffs, being at home and stuff like that. And when they didn't respond, after that touchdown, they didn't match it. I think that's when, they were kind of like pressing it a little bit. And, they found themselves behind very quick. And it was very ugly, but I loved every minute of it.
And they said it too. Dallas was not used to that. The whole year, it's always them scoring first and them just dominating.
Right.
They were not used to them being behind for once and have to catch up.
I mean, look, it's clear that if their first round pick, if Mozzie would have became that guy that y'all was hoping he would have, because that middle of that field, that middle of that defensive line is what that was eating up. If Mozzie would have been what he was going to be, that would have slowed down at least some of that rushing. You know what I mean? So they had to go to the outside. So it's hindsight looking in, if y'all had better tackles or better linebackers, just like us, if we had a better secondary, it may be a different conversation for both of our teams. The NFC East is out of it, and it could have been different.
Right. Yeah, and to me, like the biggest surprise, obviously, like we've been having struggles and issues for the last 6 weeks, and it's been headed down the wrong path for a long time. And even before that, we weren't playing to the highest level or our expectations that we had from last year. But I mean, like Dallas was the shocker, man. I thought for sure they had it in the bag, and they were going to move on, and we was going to have that rematch with them in Detroit, which I was like heavily, after the calls and all that stuff, I was hoping for. But man, Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers came down there and did their thing.
Man,
so,
my dad, one point,
I can't believe it.
When I think Love threw the touchdown pass to the tight end, my dad looked at me. He's like, "Yeah, when did Aaron Rodgers come back to?"
Yo, I was thinking that too. That sidearm.
He kind of threw it like Aaron a little bit with a little flick.
Yeah, with a little flick and a little hop, as he
and him realizing the blitz like Jalen Hurts can't do, and threw it downfield and that was wide open. Sorry, I had to throw it out there.
No, but you know what? They were saying, somebody said something about that. They were saying it, but that they wasn't coaching right for him, and they knew he would get blitzed. They knew he was getting blitzed. They wasn't helping him out. You know what I mean? Trying to get help with that blitz. He was like, it wasn't all on him.
For who are you talking about?
Hurts.
Man, listen, I don't know what the hell they was doing. At one point,
It was
watching
the
that
coaches
game,
and the play calling.
that's what I mean, and that's what I don't understand. Like with these reports coming out that he's coming back. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to seem ungrateful or whatever, but like I don't know who are you gonna bring in to kind of like save the day. Like it for what? Like I mean, you
I wonder what
looking at.
coordinators
That's
are.
what I'm saying. Like,
That's
who's gonna want to come here to do that? Like, I mean, like, yeah, like I know it's a job and people looking at it as a stepping stone and,
what any of
and
these
the
extra
opportunity
coaches take.
to fix it. But at the same time, I'm like, dude, like if there's a possibility of the players checking out, that's a bigger problem than what we think.
Yeah.
But then
Players check out. Yeah.
right. So it's one of them things where I'm like, man, like I would like to be ahead of it and just kind of say, listen, let's just hit the reset button with the amount of talent that's out there right now to bring in a new coach. Because you don't know what's going to be out there next year. I'm sure there's going to be a few more prospects, but I never remember off season having this much coaching talent out there of proven guys and proven coaches. So it's kind of like mind-boggling to me that it hasn't happened or it seems like it's not going to happen. But, I mean, like, what can we do or wait and see? But I strongly believe, even with the new coordinators, that they possibly going to hand select them with Sirianni, and he's going to have a short leash. That's the only thing I can imagine that will happen.
Yeah, I mean, I said it before this game. Someone was like, people were asking me at work, like, do you think he's going to get fired? And I said, I'm like, I would give him another year because of what he's done the first 3 years. I mean, the dude brought us to the playoffs 3 straight years. That's not easy to do. And, you know, if I was Lurie, I would tell him you're on the hot seat. Like, if you can't get this shit together, then you're probably out of here in the middle of the year next year. Just be prepared. I mean, like you said, but the coordinators, it's like, I don't know who would come in. But if they lost the locker room, I mean, all these reports saying that a lot of players are asking Sirianni to come back. So it's like...
Yeah, but the only one that is actually on ESPN right now, Fletcher Cox defends Sirianni as a winner and leader. All right, so you bring him back, there's possible question marks around that. To your point, you just said, I would tell him he's on the hot seat. So now you got a coach that knows that in the back of their mind, and they probably already going to hand select either the offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator and have them set up as the just-in-case guy like they had Matt Patricia for Desai. You know what I mean? And, dude, like, nobody wants to work under those conditions, like looking over your shoulder. I'm sure he wants to fix it. I'm sure he doesn't want to, like, you know, put the product that we've been putting out on the field. But, like, at some point, you know what I mean? There's been a lot of things. I'm just going back and looking at the coaches that we had and the collective experience amongst all three of them, as far as, like, doing it at a high level, they really didn't have a good experience.
Nope.
You know what I mean? So it just shows, man. And I think last year it was really the two guys that, like, I mean, Gannon, whatever, he had his opportunities, but again, you know, he was possibly getting the most out of the defense, and to the point where he got him a job. And then, I mean, I think really Steichen, man, and you see what he's doing with the Colts with way less talent.
Yeah.
But I mean, also it could go up to the GM too, bringing these guys in. You know, you let TJ Edwards walk, and he's one of the top tacklers in the league. You let Chauncey Gardner-Johnson leave, and obviously he was hurt most of the year, but he would be better than the two starting safeties we had and Byard that we traded for. So it's
right, and not valuing the linebacker position, which is a whole other story.
He's got to get out of his own way. He's got to get out of his own way, and if not, it's just we're gonna be talking like this again probably this time next year.
Right. And that's the thing, like, where we got a couple veterans still on the team. If Fletcher Cox come back, looks like Kelsey's done. And you have Brandon Graham, where you're going to have this kind of like, let's wait and see year. like that's kind of like a disservice to like your veterans and core players that are on this team that's still trying to go out on a good note and put in a good year and hopefully get to the chip. And you kind of got like a big question mark with a wait and see. Like, dude, I'm like, I mean, I joked about it before where I'm in a very toxic relationship with this team, and I still feel that way. And I mean, dude, you realize we went 10-1 and it just went downhill so quick. Like we could go 12-1 next year, and I'm still gonna be like, just wait for it. You know what I mean?
Be looking like Stephen A before he records.
That's the one thing I learned this year, man. No matter what the record is, what can go wrong will go wrong, like Stephen A says all the time. But I mean, that's exactly what happened, man. And that's going back to the Nick Sirianni thing. And as far as like him being fired, I'm like, there was not one thing in the last 6 weeks that has went well. Not the special teams, not the defense, not the offense, not the play calling, not the effort from the players, locker room issues. Like, what do you have to hang your hat on at this point? And why are we keeping them? Like, you know what I mean? And again, I'm not trying to seem ungrateful for what he's done and how the team performed, but this is what have you done for me lately? If not, you wasting years trying to build around someone that simply can't get the job done. And you know what I mean? I'm sure Tone feels that frustration with McCarthy over in Dallas. And, you know, they're going to kind of be a wait and see. But with the Dallas, like I said, I think what really got him another year was how well the offense performed, to me. Because, I mean, they were clicking on all cylinders. I mean, you got Lamb that broke records, and obviously Dak has been flourishing in this offense. And, you know, like I think that's what got him. But that was going well. The defense was going well. You don't have to worry about that going into next year. Like we have all these question marks on every single asset of the football team. You know what I mean?
I think we still need some person. I think we still need personnel though. Needed some D line. Like I said, stop that bleeding up the middle. like the middle of our line got a period. That just kept bleeding. Like
and
the linebackers, man, we gotta get bigger linebackers.
There were reports that before the game, you guys were going to extend Prescott. So,
right.
Well, they said extending Prescott makes him cheaper on the cap. Keeping him, he'll get $60 million next year on his contract.
Right, and I think he earned it.
So they don't
want
want him to clear the 60. So they giving him a new deal. That's a money team cap thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much that he deserves it. Like that shit is business. Well, that contract is a business contract. Because like I said, if they don't give it to him, he on the books for 60 next year.
You know, somebody said out there was like, no, who has the number 3 pick? Atlanta, right?
No, it's.
I could pull it up. Hang tight. I got it.
Yeah, I think it's Atlanta.
I got it right here. Hold on.
Somebody said like
Carolina.
Like,
well, isn't
New England?
New England
has the third.
It was New England. I'm sorry. So somebody said like, Dallas, would you give up Dak Prescott, send him over to the Patriots for the number 3 pick?
That's what they asked people?
That what was on ESPN earlier.
Really?
Yeah. And it's like, no, basically like you want to let go of that contract and maybe let go of the player. They go ahead and go forward, maybe get that rookie, have him go ahead and be groomed while you have your boy Lance in the background go ahead and take the starting role next year and see what happens from there. So it's a lot of, once again, I mean, end of the year, a lot of speculation from all over. That limbo. We literally in limbo right now.
That's what I mean.
Because the season not over. It's not over. Obviously, our seasons are over, but the actual NFL season not over. To know exactly where you can go. You know what I mean? Like, because obviously after the season, it's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna want to maybe move or, you know what I mean? getting shipped out trades, whatever. Because this Justin Fields thing is going to be real big. Because of the Keller Williams saying he ain't declaring until they say they not going to. I'm like, how you trying to put the leverage on the league like that? But that's what that NIL do, though, man. That's what that NIL is doing.
I don't know. If I'm Chicago, I'd give Fields one more year. You just gotta give him some little more help.
But you're probably never going to have the draft pick that you're going to have right now again for years.
Yeah, but are you really willing to like bet on that again?
Yeah,
on a prospect that hasn't been on. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
The one
Everybody
that I saw
does.
was Atlanta. Atlanta moving up, or Atlanta actually. What was it? Atlanta moving up, or somehow they were going to try to acquire Fields. That's the one that I saw.
Who?
For Atlanta. The
Atlanta
Falcons. Yeah.
They want to acquire Fields?
Yeah, they need a quarterback.
Right. With the eighth pick, they was gonna give the eighth pick. That's with the assumption that Chicago would take with the first pick the quarterback.
If they would take the ball.
Right, and then they would trade the eighth pick for Fields. It was a player and the eighth pick for Fields.
Yo, can you imagine, like, just that fast, you got a brand new quarterback and you got the eighth pick as well?
And they have the ninth pick.
Damn.
Yeah, they got the first and the ninth pick.
Yo.
If you get your quarterback with the eighth pick, you could trade down with that ninth pick and get more
Load
picks.
up on the offensive line. That's what I was saying. They need the O-line.
Yeah, that'd be generation. They could set themselves up for a minute.
Yo, okay, here we go. Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Houston.
Wow. Yeah. Well, first though, shout out to
Houston has a top pick.
That's what they did last year.
Yeah,
that's what Houston did.
That's what Houston did this past offseason.
They went Stroud and they trade back up to get Will Anderson.
Right.
Shout out to Stroud and Love, man. They tied up rookie record with 3 touchdowns and they balled out, man.
The young boys, man. I guess we both didn't see. None of us saw that happening.
The future is there.
Fam, if I hold on,
you see that picture. They was like the NFL is in good hands because there's 5 black quarterbacks in the divisional round. But one of the pitchers is Baker Mayfield.
Thanks for that.
Mayfield and Brock Purdy.
Yeah, because it was like Mahomes, Love, Lamar Jackson. Who else? There's another. Who else?
Jordan Love.
They said Jordan Love.
Jordan Love, Stroud, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, Stroud. There you go. Stroud. That's the 4th. But then they said, like I said, Mayfield. I was like, come on, yo. Like, why they even do that?
That's like the reporter that was talking to Todd Bowles. So how are you preparing the team for the weather in Detroit? I was like, what? He was like,
he's like, you do know we're in the dome, right?
Did they really ask him that?
Yeah. He's like, it's cold. It's cold in Detroit. Like, how are you?
The easiest thing to look up as a reporter, man. Like, man, I don't want. It was a female. I don't want her to lose her job or anything. But it's like, damn, man.
Has she ever been to the stadium? Like, do you never been to the games, lady? Like,
I have no idea. Like, it might have been just one of those, like, I want to get some attention. Let me just say some.
Let me ask this dumbass question.
Yeah, like, because I mean, there's no way. There's no way. How are you in that setting and ask that question? There's no way. There's no way.
The classic John was Mike Tomlin. You see that show?
Yeah, when he walked right up.
One question about his future, he said.
Yo, because my thing is, he had to have said, I am not talking about my contract.
As soon as they mentioned it.
She said, so you have 1 year.
And you going to wait a whole year to ask me that dumb shit again. I'm glad he did that.
Yo, that boy was like, whatever this fine is, I don't give up. Yo, he could have even started it out like you ain't even let your question, like we didn't even hear your question. You just said, with 1 year remaining.
Yo, so could you imagine, like, if we were all reporters and we're in that room and we're next to get the next question,
Yeah, and they walk
she
out.
asks that dumbass question, and you're just sitting there with your notepad or your phone ready to record, and you're just looking at a dumbass like, why are you in this room? Why? He just told you not to ask that question. Like, what are you doing? Like, come on.
Yo, I'm
Like,
sure
and
he
they
was
just
ready
looked
to
at it
rumble.
like, man, like, they sent us into this press conference room to get the job done, and you want to ask that dumbass question.
Some of those people, they know what they're doing. They just look for a reaction, something to post about. They know what they're doing.
Yo, man,
Who knows?
They probably
bought her beers. Like, thank you. Let's get out of here early. Oh,
He exit stage left, yo. I was like,
yo, but the look on his face, he was like,
he already opened his eyes wide, anyway.
Yeah. He looked cold as shit too. Like he still was cold from the game.
He ain't defrost. He ain't defrost. Bitch, I'm trying to go to the heaters, man.
I know his blood was boiling though after that. Oh man, he's like, I just told you not to ask me that. I'm out of here. Oh,
yeah,
man.
that was great, yo. That was hilarious.
All right, so look, that's going over. Oh God, apparently, guys, we don't know what we're talking about when it comes to picking teams.
I know, I don't. I know it's gonna be bad once that first game in Houston. I'm like, oh shit, it's gonna be a long weekend.
But we all had that game though, right? Nobody had
no one had
Houston.
No one had Houston. We all picked Cleveland.
Right.
Dude,
right.
That defense, it was weird. The top defense all year lost. The highest scoring offense scored 7 from Miami. Scored 7 points. They lost. 2 young boys won. Like, is wild.
Couldn't guess this.
No,
but you know who guessed it closest? Tone.
We talking about guess the closest.
When it comes to all the games, you got the best record.
6 game.
Yeah,
you got 3 out of 6.
Out of 6, he won 4. Like he picked 4 out of the 6. So he the one that
got wrong.
Huh?
I got my boys wrong.
Yes,
and I got the Cleveland.
You was right.
Right.
I mean, the crazy thing was about that Cleveland Houston game in the beginning, it looked like it was gonna be back and forth, like score, and then I turned off my phone because I was at a party. I looked back at the fucking halftime. I'm like, damn, dude, back to the big
sixes. That's what killed them.
That what killed them. Yeah, that broke that right there. That was it. That was over. It was 14-17. Then he threw them. John was 13. It was 31-14, right?
Yep.
After that,
like, damn, what the hell?
Desperation after that.
That cooked them. Yeah, that finished them.
I said it. Cleveland just looked like Cleveland.
It was
the worst part.
It was folklore.
Yeah, the worst part. I had a parlay bet, and all I needed was 40 yards out of Ford, and they were down so much. I'm like, there's no way they running the ball. Like I'm done. And it was like for 3 quarters straight. That's all I needed. I'm like, damn, I'm good. I'm in good shape. I'm like, I got this freaking parlay. I hit both of the touchdowns early with Hunt and Nico Collins, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hit this. Then them 2 pick sixes, I'm like, oh, they gotta throw the ball now.
They gonna have to throw the rock.
I'm like, I'm done. There ain't no way they run it. But oh man.
So all right, so last week Tone went 4-2. Kev, you went 1-5. Both me and Joel went 2-4.
2-4. Oh man. I'm making sure the math is right in my head. All right, cool. All right.
You went 2-4. Yeah. I'm looking at it. I can count today.
Yo, did any of y'all pick Green Bay?
No.
No.
We didn't believe in love.
Nah.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
Thank you for catching that. Appreciate
don't
it.
Hurt me. No more.
So where we at this week?
Kev, are you set?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, Kev.
What's his nickname? He got highly offended last week when he called him his nickname.
No, he just started
What's his
calling me
nickname?
that. Like he called me that
What is
nickname
it?
in this podcast, and then he called me
Oh yeah, what was
the
it?
podcast before.
What's
What did I
man.
say?
I don't know. It was during the intro. I forget what it was.
On.
I was watching the episode and I'm like,
He was
What
mad.
did I call you? Like, what did I call you though? It wasn't nothing
What's up with that?
offensive.
This is the second time.
No.
Oh my dang!
What
The
he said,
babyface
Kevin?
assassin or
What
something
he said,
like that.
Keveroni? What he say?
Oh,
No,
it wasn't
babyface
even that.
assassin. You call him the babyface assassin or something.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
what it was.
That's what it is.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah. Because
Is
he
that
told
what
me
it
that
was?
in the other podcast. I'm like, why the hell
The
are you calling me
babyface
that?
assassin.
Right. He's like, what
Babyface
you talking
assassin,
about?
he gets mad.
I got some facial hairs.
Oh, man.
I'm not an assassin. I'm a good guy. You're mad at me for?
Oh, man.
Like what the heck? Like really?
No, it was just a question. Like, where did that nickname even come from? Like, you just started saying it out of nowhere.
Babyface assassin.
Like, you should have saw my face when he called me that at the other podcast because we were at the studio and he called me. I'm like, the fuck he called me that?
All right.
Oh,
You got
I mean,
babyface
whatever.
assassin.
Yeah. All right.
All right. It's
first
time to make
game-
our picks so we can get out of here.
Yeah, first game on Saturday. Houston travels to Baltimore.
Mm.
Baltimore are 9-point favorites.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
I don't.
Who
9-point favorites.
Who do we believe in this?
Damn, they're not giving Houston at all a chance. These
I mean,
two faced each other. These two faced each other regular season, right?
Their defense played well, man. I was
Yeah.
shocked. I was shocked.
I can't see I couldn't see it, but I guess I could see it. But I can't see Baltimore losing their first game, y'all.
Andrew's supposed to be back too. I don't know. I'm definitely taking the Ravens, man.
Yeah, I got.
Oh, Andrew's coming back?
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's Lamar's favorite target
That's
right
huge.
there.
Yeah, that's gigantic.
Hey yo,
And
do we not
likely
see?
playing well.
Yo, do we not see this is like no, this is because whatchamacallit came back this year, the boy for Detroit, because he was supposed to be out for the whole season, wasn't he? The boy that was with y'all, the safety.
Johnson.
Oh, CJ.
Didn't he wasn't it like a tricep tear or something like that?
Yeah, he
Something like
was
that, yeah.
hurt for an extended period of time after.
I
like,
thought it
week
was
2,
supposed to be
and
a
then he
wrap
came
for
back.
like this season. I thought he was going to be done like for the whole year, but it seemed like
No,
now they
he's
making the
back.
playoffs. These dudes is playing. Like they said Andrews was done for the year. Now I don't know if that means when they say the year, if they just talking
Probably
about
probably
regular season.
Right.
But
Yeah,
I
I know
ain't know
Andrews
he.
is back.
I thought he was shelved for the entire season. Like I ain't think he's gonna come back at all. But I mean, nonetheless, me not even knowing that, I was still gonna pick Baltimore anyway. So
Right.
What about you, Kev?
The only way up is down, boys. I'm going with the upset.
Going with Houston. You picking Baltimore, Joel?
Yeah, I have to, man. I'm just thinking, like, out of the 4 games, who you think really could pull off the upset? And you know what I mean. Right now, I think it might be the next game. KC game's next.
No, the next
No, it's
game.
on Sunday.
Next game is Packers and Niners.
Oh, okay.
Niners are 9-point favorites.
Ain't no love. Ain't enough love in the world to win that game.
Nah, give me San Fran on that one.
yeah,
Well, you got Baltimore too, Larry, or you going Houston?
Yeah, I picked Baltimore. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Is that 49ers all the way across?
Yep.
Yeah, there's no way, man.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good experience and run for him, but, man, there's no way. There's no way Aaron Jones running through that line. That's for damn sure.
It's like this. If there was going to be an upset between, like, Houston, Baltimore, and then Green Bay and 49ers, I would pick Houston over Baltimore more than I would Green Bay over the 49ers.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next game, Kev.
All right. Next game, Tampa travels to Detroit. Detroit are 6.5-point favorites.
Yeah, I'm taking Detroit.
Only 6.5. That's pretty interesting to me.
I know it is, but
Yeah, give me Detroit.
yeah, I'll take the Lions.
Give me a home team.
All the way across.
And then the last game, Chiefs travel to Buffalo, take on the Bills. Bills are just 3-point favorites.
Give me KC.
That's the thing. That's the one where it's like an upset, but man,
Yeah.
But it's really not.
dude, like Pittsburgh freaking started coming back, and they was giving them some bad calls and stuff. Like, man, and then like
Think about
they
this
came
too.
out
This
playing
is
well,
this
man.
is this is the first
That dude Rice
away.
is a problem, man.
This is KC's first away playoff game.
Since with Patrick Mahomes, it's what 16 or 18 playoff games, and all of them. This is
We're
his
home.
first one away. Yeah.
Larry, give me the home team.
The
You go
Bills.
Buffalo,
hmm
dude. I think this might be their year to get to.
It's crazy to
championship.
think about because we were thinking we might think Josh Allen's overrated. Yeah, they're done.
No.
But like,
He balled out too, man. That run he had.
but
that
well,
run
once
he
they
had-
got rid of the offensive coordinator, they just clicked on a different. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, Tom.
Right.
He still stinks to me.
Nah, he does. He just make some bonehead ass plays, man. You like, what the hell are you doing, bro?
Like he's still garbage.
And that run too, Joel. That
That
just
was
looked
crazy.
like looked like
52
no one
yards.
wanted to tackle. No one wanted to tackle in that field because how cold it was. They probably felt like concrete.
Right. Yeah, but that's.
But then they were trying to say they thought he was about to slide, so
He
they
never
kind of
does.
let up. They let up. Or I
He
guess
never
like
slides.
He had the juke stick on him.
but yeah, he did some little herky.
That
jerk.
was
It's
When
slow
he-
motion.
when he first got in the league. They said his biggest problem was he never slide when he ran. He was going to get hurt and everything else. Dude, he still never slides. Like, it's going to happen.
Yeah,
He ain't
Nah,
going
he's
to stop.
he's a football player. Like he's just like, look, man, this is what you do in football. You get hit. Like the fuck.
All right, Tone. So I got you with KC, Kev, Bills. Joel, who you got, man?
I'm going Bills, man. I'll take Buffalo.
And I picked Buffalo as well.
Oh man.
Wow. So there you go, Tone. It's a weird. Don't let this be another weird week. But Tone, you got Baltimore 49ers, Detroit, KC. Kev, you have Houston 49ers, Detroit Bills. Same for you, Joel. No, I'm sorry. Except you got the Ravens. I'm sorry. Ravens, 49ers, Detroit Bills, and I have the same exact thing.
Got you.
There you go. 4 games picked. Let's see what happens.
Nice
Hey, yo,
4
did we
games,
ever tally up the regular season numbers yet?
No, actually we didn't. I'll go ahead and do that for next week.
Send me the data. I'll do it because I don't trust your accounting, bro.
Okay, no problem.
He said thank you. Like, that's a thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you, Lord.
Somehow, mathematically, it's not going to add up to everyone having their thing.
Right, everybody gonna have a different amount of games.
I'm about to have like only 30 games right and like 150 wrong.
All right.
You know what? Forget all y'all. It's cool. I don't care.
And then Tone somehow has 900 wins and he only has
Right.
1 loss.
Whatever. We'll come up with the tally for the next episode. That'll be a good ending. All right, guys. Look, that was a cool episode, y'all.
Yeah, for sure.
Episode 24.
Look at us, Larry.
Man, look at us. Another interview in the docket.
Yeah.
Let's
Absolutely.
go. All right, guys, let's go ahead and close this thing up. Joel, what you got for me, bro?
No, and again, shout out to Jhonny for hopping on and giving the first and exclusive interview for the podcast. And to everyone that's watching, like, subscribe, comment, let us know what you guys think. Other than that, already know Bird Gang, still Bird Gang, no matter what.
Absolutely. Kev, what you got for me, bro?
I mean, look, we said before New Year, we're just trying to build and grow from this. And look at us, we're only in third week of January. We interviewed a guy that was just on Sports Center, everything else. Like, this is gonna be a fun year. I'm excited to see what this whole channel goes. And like Joel said, subscribe, follow, spread us around, man. We're trying to grow and become a big podcast, man.
Yeah, and you got to learn more basketball. All right, Tone, what you got for me?
Never gonna happen, but okay.
It will.
Yo, so all I got to do is all in, fellas. 1, 2, 3, Cancun, man. You know what I mean? It was a cool season, man, but ended on a sour note. You know what I mean? For me, and not even interested in really even watching the rest of these playoffs, man. For real, to be honest with you. But you know what I mean? The fan of me won't allow me not to. So I know I'll be tuned in, obviously, to talk more stuff. You know what I mean? Each and every week, man. Like you said, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for for tuning in, watching us have our, a nice guest on here. Actually, our first guest, if you want to say that, as far as interviewing Jhonny, man, somebody that went viral, you know what I mean, for something that I was hoping happened as well, too. I was agreeing with him, with the sign, too, even though I'm not an Eagles fan. So, but no, man, like I said, it was a cool episode, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. And, we just 2 days away from the third Friday every month. Laugh the pain away. Tona Promoter. Go follow me on Instagram. Taking links in the bio. Please. Like Kev, like Joel, like Larry, all of us are saying, like, comment, subscribe, share, the thumbs up, the likes, all that, man. Do that all. Because like I said, we trying to become the biggest, baddest podcast in the land. Let's go, y'all.
Look, we appreciate everybody. I don't got to repeat. All my guys already said it. We appreciate all y'all guys. Special big up. Thank you so much for Jhonny, for being a good sport, for being willing to get on air with us and go ahead and explain. Oh, here we go. They go ahead and explain why he made the sign, and everything. So thank you, Jhonny, for being there. And we can't wait for more collabs with you and Total. Man, it's gonna be fun. So we thank everyone. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. God bless you all. Hey, look, let's let this ride just go ahead and continue. So until next time, we out.